Hello, this is Chiak. We are back with Abscission. And, we're gonna hopefully be able to talk to Mark Torrance. I feel like maybe with the interrogations, because I keep attributing, like, this is positive, this is negative, which is not what you're supposed to do. There's just different techniques in order to get the desired outcome. But I was curious. I looked up in the walkthrough. This is supposed to choose the phlegmatic, which it's also like there's no meaning, so I don't even remember what that one is. What's phlegmatic? Calm, diplomatic, rational. I guess I just don't know. I'm looking at the picture. There's melancholic, which is organized, detailed, thoughtful. Phlegmatic, which is calm, diplomatic, rational. And because I'm attributing some of the details of phlegmatic with melancholic, like, I was like, this is also this. This is why I'm, like, getting lost. Sanguine, sociable, optimistic, humorous, choleric, efficient, confident, demanding. I just don't know. Okay, so there's no one here that I can talk to. He's not here, essentially. So let's go to the Starlit Gallery. The painting style was familiar. It was most likely another one of Serina's. This one seemed to both convey emptiness and infinite mass. Anything else? To Ashfield, sign. The sign was brightly lit and clearly well insulated, judging by the amount of water running off of it. The door to the gallery was locked. Oh, there's like someone right there. I didn't realize there's a person right there. We're closed, and before you ask, we have no planned date for a reopening. Could I have a moment of your time then? What for? I don't know you, and I don't want to. Fuck off. I'm APD, Detective Stanhope. Well then, fuck off, Detective Stanhope. Her body was shaking with barely held emotion. It seemed the news of Serena Chandler's death had already made its way here. I know this is a difficult time, ma'am. I just want to ask a few questions, then I'll be out of your hair. Fine. Thank you. Can I ask your name? It's Hugh Mei Ying. Call me May. How long have you known her? Since last year, sort of. What do you mean? She was looking to move up here as an artist, and I was looking for a partner to run the business. She seemed like a good fit. We had a few phone calls before she moved. Where did she come from? New York. She said she couldn't find a way to stand out there. Too many artists. Okay. What was she like? What do you mean? Her personality, her interests. I didn't know her that long. Help me out here. You ran the gallery together. She seemed to be considering her words. I suppose she was a pretty fragile person. At first, anyway. Fragile? In what way? Emotionally? Socially. She seemed to find conversations a chore. No, not a chore. More like a test. You could almost hear her brain analyzing every little thing. She would ask me these dumb questions like she'd never spoken to anyone before. What's your favorite cat? A smile crossed her lips, before quickly becoming swallowed once more. Used to piss me off. I thought I'd made a huge mistake in hiring her, but then she got past it and things got better. She seemed to stop caring. Her questions became a joke. Maybe she got to know you, felt less nervous. Maybe. But it was sudden, like over one day after her birthday. What day was that? June 14th, I think. After that day, it was like she was a different person. Was she in any trouble you were aware of? Not with regards to money, that's for sure. Her paintings do well, especially her newer ones. Why do you think that is? It's the color, I think, and the form. Her eyes glazed over for a second. I don't know. They've got this energy. What about outside of work? Any personal issues? She paused. Can't think of anything. Nothing at all? No. Are we done here? I didn't need to be a detective to know she was hiding something. I had to be careful to pick the right approach. Like, I guess it would be this, but I just don't know. I really don't know how I don't know how to use the system at all. Like, I'm so thrown off how to use the system. So I'm gonna tell you right now, like, honestly, I think with this interrogation thing, I'm just not doing well. I'm not gonna do well because I'm just not. I don't know how to use it in relation to think. Because what it said in the tutorial thing was like this for people who are hiding something, or this to put them at ease. I have no idea. Withholding evidence is... See, I don't know if that's going to work. Withholding evidence is a serious offense, man. See, if anything... Okay, we'll see what happens. I would recommend that you tell me anything you know now, rather than it coming out later. She could barely keep the anger from her eyes. I told you, I can't think of anything. Yeah, see? There we go. I knew it was going to be the wrong choice, but it's just like... I figured it was going to be the wrong choice because she already started off with an FU, right? But I just don't know how I was supposed to be. I wish I could see the tutorial again to see what the description was. Like when I go back and edit the video, maybe I'll be able to see what the game is saying to use in what situation, but I don't recall. Okay. Do you know Mark Torrance? I met him a few times when he and Serina went out. Seemed like a waste of space to me. I always thought she could do better. Glad she realized it herself in the end. Is he mixed up in this? I'm just gathering facts at the moment. Have you seen him recently? No, not for at least a month. Okay. Tell me about that day. Her birthday. Did you spend it with her? I saw her in the night. We went to a club. It was her suggestion, which was a surprise. I think she'd already been drinking or had something else. She was high as fuck. She never seemed to really come down after that. Did she tell you what she'd done in the day? She spent the day with Mark, got some clothes, jewelry, even a tattoo. A tattoo? A diamond? Yeah. I think she wanted to impress Mark. She was really happy with it. Kept looking at it all night. Do you know where she got it? No, sorry. I know there are a few studios in Hopper, Berwick, and Townie Heights, but it could have been any of them. I think we already asked all of this, right? Yeah. See you around, detective. Ah... I am... Do I go back to his apartment? Like, can we look at the... Like, I seen the diamond right here. Or do I maybe... Could I have shown her the... I just want to see if I can show her the thing. Or I was supposed to maybe use the phone to call... Oh, no, I can't. Okay, never mind. Because he said something about, like, needing to know where the thing... The letter came from, right? Ah, okay. Oh, we can call Abigail. I didn't see that. Sorry. Amelia? Sorry, Will. I was just trying to get some sleep. I didn't get in until 8 a.m. I will be back on duty later. No problem. I'll keep chasing leads. So shall we catch up this evening? Sounds good. I'll be back at the station by 6. I'll see you then. Okay. See if we can call his daughter. Hello? Hi. Hello, Abby. How are you? Dad? Fine, I guess. And you? Fine. Close my eyes. I'm sorry I forgot your birthday. That's okay. I know you're busy. Matt says hi, by the way. Good, good. He's a good guy. Why do you think so? I mean, you've only met him once. I know. Boy. Ooh. Well, I won't keep you. I just want you to know I was thinking of you. That's nice to know, I guess. Take care, Abby. You too. Okay. Who's Drummel again? I don't remember who this guy is. You've reached Detective Ben Drummel of APD. Leave a message and I'll get back to you. I still had Ben on speed dial. I couldn't bring myself to get rid of it. Oh, that's his partner. Okay, anything else? You've reached the office of Dr. Tamir Abdulov. I'm sorry I can't take your call. Please leave a message after the tone. Okay, so that's it. We can't really call anyone. And then he'll get up, put on his jacket, and I guess get ready to leave. Anything else in here? Oh, I didn't check the closet. There's nothing of interest in there. Most closets. There was no skeletons in there. There were a lot of old shoes, though. Okay. Do we go back to the apartment? Whoa, my apartment, I wouldn't call it home, more like a place where I had to sleep. My easy chair, blue velvet and mahogany. It had cost a few $100s, but my back had been thankful ever since. My old black and white TV, still working after 20 years. It was a picture of me and Ben Drummel, my old partner. His death was a loss for all of Ashfield. What are these boxes? I've been living in the apartment for around 5 years, but it was probably hard to tell. I'd always been too busy to unpack everything. Oh boy. My dresser, the final resting place of my knickknacks, tools, and receipts. There were various assorted items in here that didn't really fit anywhere else. I took my trusty flathead screwdriver. Okay. Screwdriver added to Stanhope's inventory. There's a painting of a ruined castle from somewhere in the United Kingdom. I hadn't looked into its history. I just enjoyed the detail of the picture. My bonsai, given to me by Abigail 3 years ago. Somehow I had managed to keep it alive. I wish the same could be said of our relationship. Old newspapers. Some of the more interesting papers from the last 30 years of Ashfield's history. I saw it as a duty to know everything I could about the town, like a doctor understanding a patient's medical history. I didn't need to scour the newspaper at the moment. Okay, so that is something later on. My desk. I tend to organize most of my life in the same way as I did my cases, but at a far lower priority. My own life could wait. I was on a case. Assorted criminology books and also a smattering of cheap thrillers, my guilty pleasure. I didn't need the bathroom. I had barely eaten or drunk anything since yesterday. Yikes, dude. Is there anything else here? The banner from my old fraternity. I'm not sure why I kept it. I had no love of the power games that had been involved. Okay. Can I look at the... Sorry, I can't interact with the battered TV. The apartment building in Riverside is reported to be the scene of a homicide. Further details are currently being held by the APD as investigations continue. In other news, the rain will continue today, but the temperature will remain high, along with the humidity. Here's Stephen Hush with the sports. Okay, I don't think there's anything for me to look at in here. So do I look at my file cabinet now? Of the APD? I remembered this case. Uniform responded to neighbors complaining that some teenagers were making a racket in the nearby house. They arrived to find Travis Thomas, 17, curled in the fetal position and whispering, "Take them, not me," over and over and over again. The strange thing was that Thomas had been partying with 4 of his friends, but there was no sign of them in the house. Thomas could tell us nothing. He just kept repeating the damn phrase. We searched the place. Like most teenage Halloween parties, there was a Ouija board, and the teenagers had been playing Spin the Bottle at some point. The weird thing was that when Dremel and I arrived, the bottle was still spinning. It kept spinning as we searched the house, and it only stopped because Dremel put his boot on it. We never found the missing teenagers. Travis spent years in psychiatric care. He was eventually discharged in 1988 and promptly shot himself with his dad's .38 revolver. The gun chamber was still spinning when they found his body. Okay. There's nothing on the shelf that could help with the case strange as this one. So, what in the world can I possibly be missing here? Because I failed the interrogation, so I'm not going to get the information from that. Wait, the screwdriver. So do I break into his apartment? I used a screwdriver to force the lock. Not very civilized, but necessary. The unmistakable metallic stench of blood hit my nostrils as soon as I entered the apartment. Mark Torrance was nowhere to be seen. A trail of gore led towards the bathroom. There was a low, irregular wrestling in the darkness. I slipped on a pair of surgical gloves and got to work. There was the accumulated rubbish of weeks all over the table. The fridge had a note on it. Look after yourself. It didn't look like Mark had followed this advice. What is this? A surfboard? The dishes hadn't been washed for weeks. This was about as close as I wanted to get to the bed, which was just a mattress. There was no way of telling if it had been slept in recently. A poster for a band, Ship Lair. I'd never heard of them. The rain was still lashing down outside. Wait. Glossy paper. There's something under the dresser, something shiny. God, it's so hard to click. Hello? What? I thought I clicked on the paper. Okay, there we go. It was a Polaroid. It was Serina Challenor. I realized that this was the first time I had seen her with life in her eyes. I presumed the man was Mark Torrance. He had an interesting style. There was a bloody thumbprint on the photo. It seemed that wherever Mark had gone in his wounded state, he had looked at this photo before he had left. Okay. Oh, bridge. There was a bridge in the background of the picture, probably Cobb's Bridge, to the east of Ashfield. Okay. Shopping list? It was a poorly written shopping list. The only words I could make out were beer and pizza. I didn't think taking the list would prove beneficial to the investigation. Okay. The pong. It was filled with filthy water. Okay. I'm trying to be really because I'm gonna miss certain things. Microwave dirty. I didn't see the microwave. It was covered in brown stains. So you want to dare look inside? There's nothing inside except crusty filth. Okay. Messy bed. Okay, I don't think all that's left would be the bathroom. Mark wasn't here, but it looked like he'd left a lot of himself behind. Had he been attacked, or had he done this to himself? Where could he have gone? And more importantly, why could I still hear of wrestling? It seems to be coming from the sink. Oh no! There was a t-shirt and jeans crumpled on the floor. They were soaked with blood. There was a trash in every pocket of the filthy jeans. I sifted through it and eventually found one item of interest. It was a handwritten invoice from Bloodweb tattoo studio for 2 tattoos totaling to $30 from the 14th of June. I had little experience of commissioning tattoos, but that seemed very inexpensive. Okay, I was about to ask, like, is $30? This was early 90s is when this is taking place, 1991 I think they said. So I'm like, I don't know inflation or what tattoos may have costed back then, but okay, look at everything before looking at the sink. The bath was grimy but otherwise unremarkable. A toilet as filthy as the rest of the room. A bloody handprint was smeared down the wall. I decided to leave further analysis for forensics. A pile of assorted viscera lay on the floor. There seemed to be an organ or two within the fleshy matter, but I couldn't recognize them. They seemed to be rotting, though the blood around them was relatively fresh. I tried not to gag. It was a medicine cabinet. The mirror was covered in greasy smears. There was nothing of interest in the cabinet, but there was some mold. Wait, mold? Why was it spelled mold? Sorry, I think because it shouldn't be M-O-L-D unless, I don't know, maybe it does have multiple ways to spell it, but in my head, something, okay, I think this only can look at the sink. The bile rose in my throat. The rustling was the gentle waving of glistening, fleshy leaves growing out of the plug hole. The sink was slick with blood, and a lot of it. From the color, it seemed likely that it had been spilled relatively recently, most likely in the last 24 hours. Oh god. There were bloody handprints on each side of the sink, as if someone had braced themselves against it. Perhaps the blood in the sink had been vomited rather than seeping from a wound. There was a lot of blood, thickened around the plug hole. The leaves of a strange plant were lined with pulsing veins. Each one of them quivered like a tongue. Am I going to actually try to pick it up? Yeah. Okay, is that it then? Okay, well, we have the tattoo receipt. We have locations. Bloodweb Tattoo Studio. Don't imagine there's gonna be anything more. No answer came from inside. Okay, I figured, but... I made the call in the phone booth outside to get the apartment sealed and analyzed. I doubt Mark would come back to that bloodbath if he was still alive. Where was he? Okay, so we're gonna go back to our office and probably... sorry, what was the name? No, sorry, no. I'm gonna have to click up here. Bloodweb Studio. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find it in the terminal, but... because I imagine this would only be... Oh, Bloodweb Tattoo Studio? Maybe let's try that. I doubt, but... because this, I imagine, should be only for people's names, yeah. So how do I go about looking that up? Do I... Shoot. I keep right-clicking as if I'm going to be able to... What? No. I'm just trying to get the Polaroid. Okay. I'm just like, I don't know how to... Hand-delivered letter. Serina's tattoo and the receipts from Bloodweb. With leads few and far between, perhaps it was worth investigating. The address was between Hopper and Tawny Heights. Okay, there we go. Okay, how do I... There's a Polaroid of Frank Cobb's Bridge. Nothing else to look at. Am I not going to... I don't know why they're saying Cobb's Bridge. Maybe it doesn't matter. Okay, I think that's what I'm... Okay. I have the tattoo studio lead, but there had to be more out there. I decided to head back to the office to get a uniform to go through Serina's records. Maybe they would find something of interest. I'm already at the office, but okay, sure, whatever. I asked the front desk for Hogan or Braintree, but they'd already been sent to Torrance's apartment to seal it off and gather evidence. There was only one uniform who was free. Officer Bruce speaking. Bruce, it's Stanhope. What can I do for you, Stanhope? It's the Challoner case. I need someone to go through her records and statements, see if there is anything that stands out. I'll see what I can do. I'll try and have something on your desk in the morning. I appreciate it. Okay, so I'm assuming if we screwed that up in the beginning, then it's not going to be a good relationship, which, at least the first one I didn't mess up. The other ones, not so much. Okay. Can I leave the office now and go to the studio? As I stepped out onto the sidewalk, the air around me seemed to hum. People moved in and out of focus. I leaned against the fire hydrant and lost my lunch into the gutter. Exhaustion dragged me down onto my knees. I couldn't even focus on the faces of those that gathered around me. Some kind of soul hailed me a cab, and eventually I found myself at my apartment. I dragged myself into bed and almost immediately fell into a deep sleep. Wonderful. The blasted landscape spread around me for miles, horizon to horizon. A hot wind tore across the dust, whipping it into ashen drifts. The lights of the white sun above me, blood became red as it washed over the dead landscape. Where am I? I could see someone in the distance, standing next to a tree. Oi, who are you? It can't be. Wait, is this your old partner? Hello, Will. Ben? Detective Ben Drummel had been my mentor when I had started with the force. He had tempered my worst qualities with calmly delivered advice. He had been a father figure, but had let me make vital mistakes that led to improvement. His death had almost broken me. How can you be here? There was a twinkle in his eye. Is that really the strangest thing about this? Come on, Will. You can... His face suddenly dropped. His eyes widened. Ben? Something is wrong. The red moved under my hand. I couldn't feel something beyond it, but I couldn't find my way through, no matter how much I dug with my fingernails. Oh, how are you inside? Amelia, sorry. Oh boy. What are you sorry for? This mess. It's your apartment and your shirt. How did you get in? What time is it? Just after 11. I thought I'd check on you after you didn't show up at the precinct. Braintree rang me. Okay, thank you. I wasn't drinking, if that's what you're thinking. I didn't say a word. It was something else. I passed out, I think. Maybe it's the heat. How did you get in? You left the door open. It's still trespassing even if the door is unlocked. I mean, technically we just forced the door open in the other apartment, but whatever. Not unlocked, open. You're lucky you still have that beat up record player. Was that your way of saying you want me to leave? No, I don't know. I need to get my head straight. Why don't you take some time off? The case can wait. Maybe I shouldn't have got you involved. You don't mean that. She sighed. Lewis is back in town, so I've passed it over to him until Monday. You can send any information you have to him to follow up on. I'm fine. You look like shit. Thank you. Well, at least she was honest. This is just like the commissioner's party way back. Do you remember that? Neither of us could walk afterwards. She managed to smile. Just rest, please. We can catch up on Monday. I'll see myself out. I had no doubt that she was right about how I looked, but I really did feel fine. As soon as she'd left, I got dressed, cleaned up, and planned my next move. One thing was certain. I wasn't about to hand this over to Lewis. I was staying on the case. Okay. August 3rd, I woke from a fever dream, covered in yesterday's pastrami sandwich. Luna told me I needed to leave the case, but I wasn't about to let it go. Okay, is there anything we need to do? Can I call my daughter? Call his daughter again? Hello? Hi, Abby. How are you? Hi, Dad. Good. I guess... What's up? I want to see you, if that's okay. I want to give you your birthday present. Are you free? I can be. Where do you want to meet? How about the woods? We haven't been there for years. Sorry. I'm hoping... My head's like, let's go meet in the middle of the woods. Okay, I could go for that. I could get there in an hour, if that's okay. That's perfect. Thank you. See you soon. Bye. I needed to get a present on the way, maybe a piece of jewelry. Okay. I just wanted to see if he can talk to his daughter, but... Man, I have to say, this tree is protecting... I mean, there should be some drops just coming from the leaves coming through. Anyway, hello, Abigail. Hi, Dad. You look well. Grown up. Thanks. You look the same. She smirked. Not much changes after a certain age. You just look a bit more weathered. Thanks for coming out here. I know you're busy. It's fine. I like to get out of town from time to time. You forget places like this exist. I used to visit this woods a lot with Mom. We used to cook up potato salad and bring it out here for a picnic. Potato salad? She laughed, her eyes twinkling. No idea why it was always potato salad. It just became some sort of weird tradition, just me and her. We had to stop a few months before the end. She didn't have her strength. It was me or the cancer. I got you something. It's not much, and I know it's late. Thank you. Are you going to open it? I will, later. I don't see much of these days. I don't see much of you these days. I do worry. There's no need to worry. I'm fine. I can take care of myself. You could come around a little more, or at least call. Her face twitched, a flare of anger that was quickly concealed. Do you feel abandoned, Dad? I thought you were pretty busy with your job. Come on, Abby. You know I have time for you. You do, now. It's a bit late, to be honest. Was she trying to hurt me? That seemed petty. I think you need to move on, Abigail. We're both adults. There's no point dwelling on the past. See, I'm wondering, like, were you... It sounded like he was absent, obviously, but was he, like, even more absent when the mother had cancer? Because he didn't want to have to face her impending death? She gave a hollow laugh. Simple as that, is it? I need to forget everything now that you want me around? You were the one who decided to leave when I was a kid. You. Oh boy. Ooh, I don't think the sociable is gonna work. Thoughtful? I'm sorry, Abigail. I can't know what it was like for you. We could have handled it better. Thank you. I heard all the arguments, you know? I know it wasn't working. I mean, between you and Mom. She swallowed, her eyes shimmering. I still wanted my dad, though. She looked down at the ground and ran her shoe over a stone before pressing it down, burying it in the earth. I'm not angry, Dad. I'm just numb. This is what our relationship is now, for better or worse. This is the destination we reached. Whatever the reason was, you decided to leave, and this is the result. I have my own life, my own new definition of family with my husband, built on trust and happiness. I don't hate you, and yes, I want to see you, but I gave up running after you a long time ago. Abby, I'm sorry you're alone. I am. But I do feel guilty about not seeing you now that you have become as alone as I was. No, I fucking do not. I refuse to feel guilty. Dad? I'm sorry, I think I saw her eyes locked with mine, the same eyes I saw when she was born, the same eyes I saw when I left. I need to go. Dude. I'll see you later, Dad. Yeah, I don't know if we're into running away. I don't know how it's gonna look good for her. Okay. Sorry, there's like something in my eye right now. Something? Okay. Because it's real. Okay, there we go. I think I got it. Actually, there's one thing I wanted to do with the old lady in the office building. So, the option that we're supposed... No, sorry, not the old lady. Art gallery. We're supposed to go with sanguine. Sanguine? Sanguine is sociable, optimistic, humorous. Honestly, I would not have thought to go for that at all. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. Shit, I just saw something. Oh, I saw something. No, okay. Okay, so I think we leave now. Is there anything more I could talk about? I'm just curious. Detective Luna speaking. Hi, Luna. How are you feeling? Better, I think. Take easy today, Will. You don't want to end up ill again. I'll be careful. You better. You owe me a drink. Speak to you soon. Uh-huh. There's no reason we need to call him. I just want to see. Ashfield Morgue. Tamir, it's Will. Will, good to hear from you. How's the case? That's hard to say. Mysterious. By the way, I have another interesting bit of information for you. Ooh, okay. That strange rope, it can actually form barbed wire, sharp barbs, like thorns, when severely aggravated. One of them cut clean through my glove, gave me quite the sting. Are you alright? It's just a scratch. I have a lot of disinfectant around too. Anyway, I have to get a report finished. I'll speak to you soon. Goodbye, Tamir. Oh no! We're all getting slowly infected, whatever this thing is. Okay, I think we can leave now. Wait, there's a document on my desk from Bruce. I need to check it before heading out. I didn't realize. Bruce had traced Serina's bank records and found a few entries for Carmine's books, including a receipt for a book called Dreams of the Pale Queen by Hector Rufus. The shop was on the north side of Mercy. I scrawled the location on my map. Okay. Let's get this out of the way, because I end up seeing the entry in the walkthrough for this, so... My old Citron. I have no idea if it was a classic or a jalopy? I don't even know what that means. People huddled around the fire, looked down on their luck. This part of town had been neglected for many years by the city. The hunt... Okay, this is some sort of movie. Snappily dressed woman. I can't click on her. I will right-click on her to be... Wait, where's the... Oh! The liquor store was tidy and well kept, with only the smell being cleaning products. The man behind the counter squinted at me as I entered. Afternoon. Is it? Could have fooled me. I thought it was supposed to be summer, but it's so dark nowadays. What can I get you, fella? Just browsing for the moment. You own this place? My name's over the door. It ain't just a coincidence. Horace F. Napier. Detective Stanhope. Detective. I always wanted to be a detective, but not a fan of the hours. Aren't you open most of the week? Yes, sir, but I get to sit here and listen to my radio. I didn't think you would appreciate changing the station. I'm not appreciating the music right now. I'm very afraid that this is going to get flagged for for copyright. It was a flag celebrating the local football team, the Kings. He had good taste. Okay, let's talk to the man. Oh no, let's not get a bottle of whiskey. How much do you know about the tattoo parlor? I get a lot of crossover with kids that go there. You ain't supposed to drink before a tattoo, but since when did youngsters listen to advice? Any trouble? Not really. From the locals, everyone around here knows old Horace. Sometimes get some out-of-towners feeling too big for their britches, but old Mildred soon sets them straight. Who's Mildred? Ah, my trusty double-barreled, all licensed, Mr. Detective for self-defense. Thankfully, I ain't never had to use it. Good to know. That being said, there's something wrong with that tattoo place. Something rotten. What do you mean? There was a guy who lived out on the streets for years, name of Mikey. Angry fella. Angry fella he was. A lot of spite from a town that he had left him behind. That Nate, the owner of that tattoo shop, gave him a tattoo for free. Said he was blessing him or some such foolishness. I saw Mikey a couple days later. He was all smiles. The rage had gone right out of him. Where can I find him? Nowhere. A couple of days later, he jumped off Cobb Bridge. I was laughing to himself as he fell, according to witnesses. His face was still smiling when they pulled his body out of the water. I see. This is worth remembering. Okay. You own this place for long? Coming on 50 years? 58 years. 40 of them by myself. My old man had a hardware store here before that. But as soon as Prohibition ended, he saw the light and it was shining through a bottle of bourbon, yes sir. Nice neighborhood changed much since then. The neighborhood changed much since then? I don't know why I added nice there. In some ways, but people still want the same things they wanted before. Food, shelter, and comfort. The rest is window dressing. Okay. Anything you'd recommend? You can't go wrong with anything in here. Well, you can. But as long as you have just enough to take the edge off, you'll be grand. Okay, I'll be going now. Watch how you go. Imagine we might need to get alcohol in order to get to talk to someone somehow. There's no need to rip off. Sorry. It was a notice board covered with people advertising junk they wanted to sell. Missing pet posters, flyers, for specialist services, you name it. Okay. I'm gonna exit because this music is freaking me out. Music go. Music gone. Sullen looking punk? So I dreamed I was underwater. Uh-huh. And all these jellyfish were going past. Sounds like a nightmare. Tell me about it. I'm a cat. We're not natural swimmers. You're not a cat, Rin. I am a cat. Oh, I can... She returned my gaze with blank apathy. Her pupils were dilated, okay. She was wearing an elaborate dress with shimmering gold and blue. It was as if she were both from the future and the distant past. She also had cat ears. The kid looked about 19. He was dressed like an old-school metalhead and gave me a wide grin whenever I looked at him. There was an electric panel powering the sign at the front of the tattoo parlor. Several half-empty bottles of liquor lay next to the drunk man. The man was slumped over, drenched in sweat, despite the fact that he wasn't fully clothed. His eyes were scanning the alleyway, but not seemingly focusing on anything, and certainly not on me. The dream web is real. Wait, what? The dream web is real. Curious. Whilst I did dislike graffiti, it wasn't my job to clean it whenever I found... Sorry. There was a pile of trash bags outside the tattoo parlor. I could see something glistening within the mass of black plastic. I found a needle, red with ink. There was something else. The way the leftover ink was beaded on metal, it was rubbery, with small strands extruding from it. Oh my god. I had a lot on the tattoo shop now, and the picture was not healthy. I just needed something more concrete to link the shop to Serina. Then I could confront the owner. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. The man blinked at me, saliva was crested on his lip. Are you okay, sir? Uh-huh. It's just, you look like you may need medical attention if you drink anymore. He waves his hand either at me or at invisible flies. Don't care. Did you write that graffiti? He cranes his neck towards the writing behind him. It's a painfully slow and awkward movement. Yeah, the people need to know it's real. What is the dream web? Look it up, mister. You see anything strange around here lately? I didn't do nothing. I'm not saying you did. I'm asking if you saw nothing. Okay, maybe this is the sanguine. I think you did see something. Meh. I'll be honest with you. I need your help here. I know there's something going on in the shadows, but I can't be everywhere at once. I need the help of people willing to do the right thing. You're a good person. I can see that. Yeah, I am. There's a weird guy who visits... Man, see, okay. I just want to... So, I was just saying, I end up peeking that in the walkthrough, because I happened to saw it, so we know. Sanguine, sociable, optimistic, humorous. Okay, I feel like the way I'm thinking about that one is not lining up to what the game wants me to think of it. Because that's supposed to just put people at ease, right? I mean, because he's drunk, I don't know. I don't know how... Never know when to go for that option. There's a weird guy who visits the tattoo place at night after it's closed. Always goes through the back. What does he look like? Tall, like really tall. And thin. He has to bend himself in half to get through the door. It freaks me out. That's all I know, man. I know it ain't much. It's plenty, thank you. This was worth remembering. The man blinked at me. Saliva was crested on his lip. Okay. Take care of yourself. He looks down at his feet. Okay, and that's it. There's a bouncer to the... Detective Stanhope, can I ask you a few questions? Knock yourself out. Have you visited the tattoo parlor before? A few times, why? Ever see anything odd? Define odd. Out of the ordinary, concerning. Not really. The owner's a bit of a shithead, but that ain't a crime. Okay. Have you ever met a Serina Challenor? Don't know, I'm bad with names. I showed him a picture of Serina Mark Torrance. The man screwed up his eyes before shaking his head. Nah, I think I'd remember her. I'll keep my eye out though. She wanted? She's dead. Shit, that's heavy, man. I don't think I could do your job. Okay. Is there much trouble around here? What, like crime? Nah, man. Nothing like that around here. We're good as gold, baby. Really? Yeah, it's like a monastery, but with better music. You should unwind, man. Your shoulders are real tense. There are some damn cheap bars around here. Crazy girls and heavy music, best part of town. I'm a bit old for that. Hey, you don't stop playing when you get old. You get old because you stop playing. Okay. You know that guy in the door? Dunce? No way. No way, man. He's an asshole. You'd have to have no other option to resort. You'd have to have no other option to resort to talking to that guy. Okay. Take care. You too, bud. Can I... It's like... Afternoon. What's up, Mr. Trenchcoat? Have you visited the tattoo parlor before? No, that's not my scene. Sean has, though. You should ask him. What's your scene? Video games. Aren't they for kids? No way. They're for anyone with imagination. Kids are just better at that. Mark my words, Mr. Trenchcoat. Games are going to be everywhere in a few years. Have you ever met Serina Challenor? I don't think so. Who is she? A murder victim. I showed her a photo of Serina and Mark. She took her time. Maybe. But not for a while. I don't think I ever spoke to her. I recognize him. That's Mark. Have you seen him recently? No, not for a while. He stopped coming around here. Said he had a new girlfriend. I guess that was her? I believe so. She looked me in the eyes. Should I be worried? I'd recommend not approaching him if you do see him. Understood. Okay. Is there much trouble around here? No more than anywhere else in Ashfield. Not really. Saying that, I don't go out alone. Better safe than sorry. Agreed. Okay. You know that guy on the door? That guy? I don't talk to him. He's got no love for humanity. Okay. So, Sean. Who's Sean? That's the question. Okay, sullen-looking plunk. Miss? Okay, so I'm assuming the guy in the back was Sean, which we already talked to him, so... She was clearly too drunk to speak. I was surprised she was able to stand. Okay. So what did the guy... But I was about the 2 leads, Carmine's books, Bloodweb tattoos. I need to be thorough. He says we need something to connect them together. Okay, I already decided these two were linked. That didn't work. Sorry, I can't remember what he said about, like, more concrete evidence. Sorry, I'm just, like, desperately trying to figure out. I didn't need to bother them? Okay, just wanted to see if there's anything... City streets? Oh, I can't even... No. Oh no, not to the liquor store. Wait. Music. How do I... I literally, like, I just cannot see... Oh my god, I can't see anything. Get me out of here. Oh, no. Keep playing. Sorry. Oh, leave. This is speed, this is volume. Sorry, here we go. Okay, resume. There we go. I'm, like, definitely afraid of the music there. I don't know if in post-production, the music, like, I might silence it when it goes up, but who knows. Rows and rows of liquor were stacked behind the window as advertised. Okay, I don't... Just want to see if there's anything else here. Grumpy man, noseboard. Do we need to show him the picture? Did we show him the picture? No, that wasn't right. Okay, let's exit. No, let's turn the volume back on. Okay. Let's put it here. Resume. Or do I go to the bookstore first? Let's see if we can talk to the bouncer, I guess. There's nothing else. Hi there. Can you let me in? Not for a while, fella. Why not? The boss don't want to be disturbed. For how long? Until he tells me otherwise. My name's Detective Stanhope. This is police business. If you ain't got a warrant, you ain't coming in, and I don't see no warrant. Obstructing the police is no laughing matter. Nah, but I'm way more scared of Nate than I am of you, little man. Why's that? Goddamn, get out of here, would ya? Okay. So he says... Okay, see if there's anything in the alleyway again. We said we need more... The lid looked flimsy. No. Oh no, I didn't mean to. The lid looked flimsy. I accidentally clicked leave the alleyway. I don't imagine we're going to be using the needle. I mean, I could try, just because I'm not sure what else to do, but... Okay, no, for sure. The lid looks flimsy, but unfortunately we can't use the... I suspect the man wouldn't appreciate me taking his only possessions. Okay. It was the back door of the Bloodweb tattoo parlor. Don't imagine we can just walk on in. The door's locked up tight and the lock looked very sturdy. Okay. So, I'm assuming we need to get a warrant then. In order to connect. That's why he's saying he needs to get more. So... maybe there's something in the bookstore? The paper is rather gloomy reading today. Same as every day. This is why I prefer books. It has to be the right book for me. All books have value, even if they must become kindling. No, surely you would never burn a book. Ha! No, I couldn't. I shouldn't even joke about such things. Eyes up, Lucas, you have a customer. So I do. Good afternoon, sir. Back so soon? Soon? I believe you were here a few months ago? Yes, I'm certain of it. You bought a rather fine volume of Baudelaire. Yes, you're right. I'm surprised you remember. At my age, I take pains to remember all I can. Lucas, don't annoy the man. Some people prefer privacy. Indulge me. Did you enjoy the book? Definitely, a very fine translation. One should always be drunk. That's all that matters. That's our one imperative need, so as not to feel time's horrible burden that breaks your back and bends you to the earth. You must get drunk without ceasing. But what with wine, with poetry, or with virtue, as you choose, but get drunk. Exquisite. Agreed. Just so. If I ask, what's your trade? Your spine is as straight as a lightning rod. I'm a detective. I see. Are you here in that capacity? For a moment, yes. May I ask you a few questions? Certainly. I'm Lucas Carmine. That reprobate over there is Spencer McGregor. Guilty. Will Stanhope. Please let me know if you need any help. Okay, anything to look at? Are the plants here? Plant's leaves are thick and waxy. It was clearly well fed. So many interesting volumes, I could stay in the shop for hours without getting bored. A man looked to be in his late 60s. He was of very slender build, with a gleam in his eyes and a smile on his lips. Can we talk to him? Mr. McGregor? Yes, my boy. Okay. Have you known Mr. Carmine long? You seem to have a good rapport with him. Only a handful of years, but it feels far longer. We have a very good rapport. We meet daily to put the world to rights. Huh, and yet look at the troubles that still exist. You know that more than most, I expect, Sadly, yes. What books would you recommend? Books are a deeply personal choice, my boy. Like happiness, the enjoyment is as invisible as a snowflake. But if you are asking which book means the most to me, I would have to say Rights of Man by Thomas Paine. It is as relevant today as it has always been. Thank you, I'll look out for it. Look no further, I have my own copy here. You're welcome to it. Are you sure? Of course. The hoarding of wisdom is counterproductive to progress, my boy. Okay. Do you remember meeting a Serina Challenor? Alas, if I have, then I couldn't possibly say. I am often too intent on my own affairs. A flaw I am trying to rectify. You're never too old to change. Okay, goodbye, Mr. McGregor. I'll see you soon, my boy. What's with the puppet? Wait, sorry. A marionette with a face that looked influenced by the Venetian carnival. How curious. Okay. Lucas Carmine, the owner of the bookshop, was probably in his 70s. He looked rather pale and exhausted. Sir? This building looks old, a couple of centuries at least. Very interesting. You have a good eye. It is, in fact, the oldest building in the city. As far as I can tell, I don't like to crow about it. That's what he says, but I've heard the story a good few times. Have you had the shop long? I've owned this shop for the last 40 years, young man. Not many call me young. Compared to me, you're barely out of swaddling clothes. I inherited the shop from my father, and he from his. There has always been a Carmine here in Ashfield. We are obsessed with books, and always have been. Take this, for instance. The Rubaiyat by Omar Khayyam. I am trying to make my way through it in the original Persian. Lucas enjoys a challenge. I was wondering if you could tell me about a book. The title is Dreams of the Pale Queen by Hector Rufus. It was purchased from here within the last month. Ah, truly a work of genius. Let me think. Come now, Carmine, you can surely remember who bought such a distinctive book. Yes, of course. I remember. Do you know, this book was translated by one of my forebears many decades ago. Would you like to know more about it? Maybe later. For now, I would like to know about a woman who bought it. It was a woman and a man, I believe. Interesting. Could you describe them? The young woman who bought the book was blonde, relatively tall, polite. She also appeared happy, almost giddy. I must admit I remember little else. The man was inspecting the art books, I believe. He had long black hair and tattoos on his wrists. Tattoos on his arms. I think I heard the woman mention that he was an artist of some kind. She mentioned ink. Do you have any security cameras? No, I don't even have a television. Were you present at this time, Mr. McGregor? Potentially. I have nothing more to add, I'm afraid. Perhaps I had my face in the paper. A man with long black hair and tattoos. Interesting. I had a lot on the tattoo shop now, and the picture was not healthy. I also had a clue that tied the shop to Serina. It was time to confront the owner. Okay. I'm not sure how that would allow me to confront the owner, but okay, if you say so, game. Wait a moment, detective. I would like to give you my telephone number if I may. What? If you wish to discuss anything with a mind potentially not to be too egotistical, as keen as yours, please give me a call. Good conversation is hard to find. McGregor's phone number added to Stanhope's directory. Okay. Do I actually want to go back for... Okay, I mean, we'll see. If I can't confront him, then I guess that's not the case, but... Hi there. Maybe I do need to get the warrant. I'm just not really sure. But out of curiosity, is anything more added? Oh, I clearly can't do anything else. Oh man, it took you so long just to pick up the telephone? Detective Luna speaking. Hi Luna. How are you feeling? Better, I think. Okay. Can we call Spencer now? Hello? Mr. McGregor, it's Detective Stanhope. Detective, a very pleasant surprise. How are you? Difficult to say, I can't discuss my case, of course. Nor would I expect you to. If I may, life is seldom a simple course. Remain true to your values and you will see out whatever troubles you. Thanks. Good of you to say. Nonsense, I'm just observant. I could see where you were a resilient person when we met. Keep going. Thank you. Goodbye, Detective. Goodbye. Okay. Okay, I want to see if anything more gets added to the... I just have to wait for him to get out of the scene. Oh wait. Are we gonna like somehow take a page out of this book? Okay, I'm like, how do I... Oh wait, I went to the closet by accident. Okay, get rid of the book, please. Thank you. Also, yeah, we heard about a case, didn't we? This case had been curious. On January 21st, 1985, Mr. Christopher Miller disappeared from his home right before the eyes of his terrified teenage daughter. She was still in deep shock when Drummel and I arrived. In her garbled testimony, she recalled her dad telling her, "I wear no mask," before his body broke into 1,000 pieces of stained glass and vanished. We couldn't find a single trace of him. Miller's wife told us that he had been acting strangely for weeks before this, spending hours alone studying magazines for an organization called the Church of the Yellow. This church turned out to be a mystery of its own. We traced its registered address to an abandoned P.O. box filled with unopened letters. Judging by the stamps, most of those letters had been lying there for decades. We found some of the magazines in Miller's office. They were printed on thick yellow paper that felt like parchment and were almost impossible to read. The text seemed to curve before my eyes, and the sentences were disjointed and cryptic. Looking at these things made my head hurt. The magazine went to the evidence locker, but when we tried to examine them again a few days later, we found they had crumbled to powder, as if the pages were thousands of years old. So this is just open random incidents. It was a hot August in 1985, one of the last cases I worked with Ben. Uniform had raided an adult video store on east side of town. Drummel and I had the duty of going through the videos to separate the sleazy from the illegal. It was actually the kind of stuff you'd expect. A who's who of German porn stars, low-budget American films with ridiculous plots, and crazy fetish stuff from Japan. But there was also a reel of film in a dented tin can that seemed out of place. We set the reel up in the projector. A crackling black and white film began to play. It must have dated from the early 1900s, judging by the brickwork in the background. The scene seemed to be set in a cellar. The camera was fixed on a bizarre wooden statue. How do you know the camera was... Oh wait, when they say fixed, the camera is like pointed at a bizarre wooden statue. The statue had the body and limbs of an obese, genderless human. He had no head. Its hands were raised so that the palms were facing the viewer. The lighting was poor, but it looked as if there were small fanged mouths in the statue's palm. There was no movement, and the camera never changed its position. The film ran for precisely 6 minutes, and then came to an abrupt end. We dismissed it as a weird oddity. But after seeing that film, I had the same nightmare for the 6 consecutive nights. In it, I stood facing the same cellar wall I had seen in the film. I was aware that something terrible lay on the other side of those bricks, waiting to be released. Somehow I knew it wanted me to place my palms on the stonework. Even now, I still sometimes dream of that damned wall. What in the world? There's a lot of spooky happenings in this town. I remember this case. Oh wait, okay, now it's just repeating. Okay. So there's the parts where, like, he will remember that, right? But how do I get to those? Did it say his name? Shoot. Like, there's the sections where it's like, this could be important. And I wanted to see if I can look up the name, but I forgot what the name was. So I need to go talk to the guy in the alley again. See anything strange around here? Oh wait, again? Was you the one that... Okay, no. Nate. I mean, we're not going to get much with just the last name, Nate. Who had the story about the guy going... Is there much trouble around here? Maybe, okay, maybe it was the dude in the... If it was the dude in the... Because there was the conversation about the... I don't know much about that tattoo parlor. Okay. Okay, something wrong with the place. Oh. See, are we going to get anything from just a Mikey? Mikey, Nate. And the law in the tattoo shop now. The picture's not healthy. I also had a clue that ties the shop to Serina. It was time to confront the owner. Okay. Okay, we need to turn back the music. Resume. I mean, okay. We'll quickly go and look. I don't think I'm going to get anything with just typing in a first name. Yeah, okay. Didn't think so. I figured it has to be like a full name. Otherwise, what, Nate and Mikey? How many people are named Nate and how many people are named Mikey? It's not exactly an unusual name. So that's not going to get me much. I'm kind of curious if, like, the book is going to somehow help me with this. This copy was very old, easily 100 years old. Oh my god. Can I just... Okay. So am I supposed to get a warrant then? That's what it makes it seem like. Because I can't seem to get inside. Officer Braintree, Detective Stanhope. Good to see you. We haven't been here long. Hogan is coordinating the scene inside. No entry until he's done, I'm afraid. I'll come back later. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. So, like, what can I do? I'm so thrown off right now. I don't imagine we're going to have anything else here, but... yeah. So that's going to be the same. So... like, I don't know what to do about the Rights of Man thing book that I have. Do I put the book on my shelf? That didn't work. Oh, I tried to leave the apartment with the book. If I tap the book on the door, it'll let me leave, right? Like, am I supposed to buy the alcohol? I didn't try the, So I don't know if, like, you can make those sort of choices in the game. I think it's mainly the investigation thing, right? That wasn't a great bribe. We need to try better. Okay, so we are trying to get a bribe. Okay, hold on. So I think this is what the whiskey thing is for. So I'm gonna... So top of the shelf. Can I get a bottle of whiskey? Something smooth but not too sweet. Sure thing, fella. Got what you need right here. $10. Okay, not quite top of the shelf then. Is really the bribe... the alcohol is gonna be it? Bottle of fine whiskey add to Stanhope's. Would the fine whiskey just cost $10? Again, this is the early 90s, so if someone knows, maybe you know. Okay, watch how you go. Sorry, I'll let you leave first and then I'll turn the music back on. The sound. Not even music, it's just all sound. Hello? I'm turn the... Okay. Is he gonna just take it and... You want some whiskey? My throat is dry, but I ain't touching that. Got refined taste, man. I'll need to try giving him something else. That wasn't a great bribe. I need to try giving him something else. What does he say with the bribe thing? I don't have much time for this. How much to let me in? Think you can bribe me? Honestly, yes. You think you're so goddamn clever, don't you? You ain't got anything I want. Get lost. Everyone had a weakness, but this guy's clearly wasn't cash. I just need to find something else to tempt him. The needle? Like, I don't... Oh, you know that guy at the door? Okay, so this is... Am I trying to give her alcohol? They got no love for humanity. Man, I just don't know what to... So we're supposed to like... I'm so thrown off right now. I really don't know. Okay, so I bought this bottle of alcohol for no reason. Find the whiskey. Okay, I'm gonna have to try to figure this out next set, because I'm really at a loss. I don't know. Now I just bottle of whiskey on hand. Because I thought maybe this is what we're going to use to... Clue, hand-delivered letter. Tattoo receipt, needle, rights of man. Like honestly, what in the world am I supposed to do? How are you supposed to find out this guy's weakness? But then where else can I go? I don't know, I'm being desperate right now, but... Huh? Right now I'm just doing the... Like... Am I just supposed to do the wallet? How much did let me in, buddy? Ain't your buddy, pal, and I ain't interested in cash. I need to try giving... It wasn't a great bribe, I need to try something better. I'm so lost right now, because there is nothing... I cannot think of anything else. Anywhere? What, the tattoo, Carmine's book, Starlight Gallery? Like, what can I... What's this guy's weakness? Please let me know if you need any help. I just don't know. I literally do not know. So I'm going to end the set there. And we'll just leave it off at that because... let's head back to the office. We'll end the set there. Because, yeah, I'm not quite sure what I'm supposed to be doing. Oh, can I put the whiskey in the... I'm curious. No, sorry. Didn't need that. Okay, fine. We could... Okay, I was hoping you could, like, put it in the cabinet or whatever. Okay, yeah, sorry, I'm being desperate right now because I just don't know what to do. So either way, thank you for liking if you like, thank you for commenting if you commented, thank you for subscribing if you subscribed, and thank you for simply clicking on this video. Until next time, guys, see